All right, guys, here we are. Week 11 matchup preview time. It is time to tell you bastards who's going to win this week and give you some bold predictions for these matchups. So, starting off, I got Jack this week. Jack has no goddamn chance. None. Jonathan Taylor's a bye. Gonna be rough for Jack this week. He's got some bad players and they're in bad matchups. And I know what you're thinking. He's got CeeDee Lamb coming back. Nobody cares. Doesn't matter. And you want to know why? Because I have A.J. Brown. The squeaky wheel is about to get the grease, folks. A.J. Brown's going to dominate from here on out. He's an alpha dog, elite wide receiver one. We all know this. At the end of the year, he's going to have 1,100 yards and double-digit touchdowns. He's barely done anything to this point. So what's he going to do from here? He's going to get there. 1,100 yards, double-digit touchdowns. You heard it here first. So Jack's side of things, again, I don't usually spend too much time on Jack here. My bold prediction for Jack is his highest scoring player is the Houston D playing the Tennessee Titans. He'll probably get 20-plus points out of that one. I mean, let's face it, they're just a disaster. So the Titans are a disaster. There's just nobody worth having on that team. On my side of things, did some trades. I'm prone to do that. Got myself Justin Mother effing Jefferson. Got myself A.J. Brown. Got myself Jackson Smith and Jigba. I did that a long time ago, though. JSN, Jefferson, A.J. Brown. I know what you guys are thinking. That's one hell of a wideout crew. And it is. But my bold prediction, my number one wideout this week, Michael Mother effing Wilson, baby. He's going to go for $150, getting into the end zone twice. A.J. Brown's only getting in once. JSN's not going to get in, but he's going to get about 250 yards. Jefferson, I don't know if he can overcome the mighty Bears. Just is what it is. It's the Bears. So we'll see. Anyway, obviously I'm going to win. Not going to be close. What Yahoo has deemed the matchup of the week, we got Kevin versus Senior here. And I look over at Kevin's team, and I got to tell you, if I'm Senior, I'm a little concerned. And it starts with TreVeyon Henderson tonight. TreVeyon has taken over the Patriots' backfield. Cupcake of a matchup against the New York Jets. The Jets are going to freaking just lay down. I mean, TreVeyon just put up a huge game against a Bucs D that's actually trying. Wouldn't be surprised if TreVeyon is a top 5 running back this week and maybe even moving forward. Who knows? Mahomes and Rashid, I know what you guys are thinking. Tough matchup at Denver, but Pat Surtain is out. And it looks like Xavier Worthy tweaked an ankle in practice. So that just means even more work for Rashid. I expect Rashid to eat. I expect the Broncos to be exposed as frauds en route to Mahomes and Rashid having another big game. Judkins, great matchup with Baltimore, although the Browns just don't score, guys. They don't score touchdowns. So he'll probably do well yardage-wise. Maybe gets into the end zone once. Can't give him much beyond that. We're going to go bold here, though, on Kev's side. I am going to say Zach Ertz, 70 yards and a score at Miami, which is bold for a tight end. So especially one as old as Zach Ertz. I like the play, though. It's not bad. Jawan Jennings is a bag of shit. And Wan'Dale Robinson has Jabu throwing to him, so he might put up 150 yards and a score. Who knows? RJ Harvey, horrible matchup, and he's the shit running back. So and the Dallas D is bar none the dumbest defensive play of the week. I know they're playing the Raiders, but they're on the road and they're just garbage. They're a terrible defense. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I had to mix in some negative for Kevin. I can't be all positive with Kevin because he gets too worked up if I'm negative. So I got to throw some negativity in there. Now, on Senior's side of things, Lamar Jackson looks like garbage. He's moving like an old man, and now he's playing at Cleveland. Don't love it. Jalen Waddle, he's going to rip the crap out of Washington. Jamar Chase at Pitt. Don't love it. Believe it or not, Pitt has some damn good corners. I don't know. Maybe with Jalen Ramsey playing safety, the wily vet, maybe they find a way to shut down Jamar. And T, by the way, I'm not expecting big things from this Bengals passing attack this week. George Pickens sucks. He's terrible now that CeeDee's back. Jaylen Warren sucks, but he's playing the Bengals, so he'll probably do awesome. Josh Jacobs is just a total bag of garbage. Horrible football player. But the Packers are hiding Jordan Love because he's even worse. So they run with Josh Jacobs. Dallas Goedert, I would roll with Loveland. I really would. I think Loveland's a better play. Goddard sucks. Genty sucks, but he's playing the Cowboys. So some good matchups for senior here. Who's going to win? Oh, sorry. Bold prediction. Lamar Jackson under 20 fantasy points again. Who's going to win? Senior's going to win. And you know why? Because his team is just a lot better than Kevin's. That's all there is to it. Kevin destroyed his team by getting trade raped by Jason. And then he wants to talk about other people doing trade rapes. I mean, the gall on this guy. For Christ's sake, dude, at least, clean out your own mess there before you start talking about other people. The trial date hasn't even been set yet for Jason's raping of you. So I'm looking over here now. The next matchup, let's move forward onto less rapey topics. And that is Jared loves mass deportations versus Buc-ee's. And I have heard that Jared does love mass deportations. I heard Jared has become a huge Donald Trump fan. He is just MAGA through and through. And I know that because he traded for Amon-Ra, specifically because Amon-Ra did the Trump dance. So, good on Jared for coming over and seeing reason for once in his life. And just getting out of the miserableness that is the Democratic Party. Now, Jared loves mass deportations. Jalen Hurts, not playable, horrible football player. He's going to put up about 180 yards and a touchdown, and it's all going to go to A.J. Brown. Jerry Jeudy, horrible football player. The Browns just don't score, guys. So, I mean, I don't know why we have multiple people starting Cleveland Browns in this league. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. The Ravens have gotten healthy too, so they're no pushover on defense anymore. Don't love it, guys. Plus, could be a bad weather game. Jamo Williams. Actually kind of like Jamo. Jamo's probably a pretty steep upgrade over A.J. Brown. He'll be better than what A.J. Brown was giving you anyway. Not my iteration of A.J. Brown that's going to be just kicking down people's doors, coming in and ransacking their fantasy seasons. Parker Washington, the number one wideout for the Jags, for whatever that's worth, from that long-haired girl that plays quarterback for them. James Cook, you saw last week. What's his face? Travion Henderson beat the Bucs with some outside runs and took him to the house. James Cook, fully capable of that. Love DeAndre Swift. Think the Bears control that game start to finish. For fuck's sake, Steve, you can't be playing Bill Krosky. Stop it. You're not fooling anyone. We know you're not playing Bill Krosky. Knock it off. I would probably play Kareem Hunt, especially if Pacheco misses. Let's see here. Bold prediction. Congratulations on your grandson, by the way, in all seriousness. That's awesome. Thank God the kid looks nothing like you. That's a good thing for his future of not getting bullied. Now, bold prediction. I'm going to say Parker Washington, 80 yards and a score. Good game for Parker Washington this week. Now, Buc-ee's, which is Joe. Rashid Shaheed, kind of like it this week. Darius Slayton, not bad with Jabu at QB. I like it a lot. Now, Woody Marks at Tennessee. Woo! I'm going to have to go bold there, guys. I'm going to do it. Woody Marks finishes top 5 at running back this week at Tennessee. He's taken over the backfield. He's going to get it done. Now, Brock Bowers, he's dog shit. He's no Trey McBride. You should be begging me to take that pile of shit Bowers and Jahmyr Gibbs for Trey McBride. I'd consider it. Send it over. I'll think about it and let you know. Seattle's D, they're a great defense, but they're at the Rams. That's a tough matchup. Might want to look into something else, and you can just cut that loser Baker Mayfield. There you go. So, by the way, if you're not playing Sean Tucker this week, there's no reason to have him on your roster as Bucky is practicing. So, worst case, Bucky's back next week. So, absolutely zero reason to own Sean Tucker if you're not playing him this week. So, if you're not, maybe look for a different defense there. Now, who's going to win this battle of the old bastards? Let's see here. I'm going to go with Steve, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we are in the year 2025, and Joe is starting Aaron Rodgers. I don't give a shit if he's playing the Bengals or a JV team at a local high school. You do not start Aaron Rodgers over Baker Mayfield. That is heresy, and the fantasy gods shall smite thee. Now, Reese versus Jason lost to an 0-7 team. So I think that's Tony Jr., and that's once again Jason lost to an 0-7 team. Don't think Jackson Dart plays this week, which means Tony's rolling out Jared Goff at Philly and what could be low-key a shootout. Now, I look over here at Drake London's coming on strong. Carolina, much tougher to pass on than they are to run on, though. So you might see a little more Bijan and Algier, a little less London. Ted McMillan at Atlanta. You know, Ted's just really not gotten going. Love DK Metcalf at home against Cincinnati. Derrick Henry could be cold in Cleveland. Look out. Derrick Henry could get it done. Bold prediction. Javonte Williams. 120 yards and a score against the Vegas Raiders. So there you go on Tony's side of things. Now, Reese, you son of a bitch. With all these damn Rams just destroying people week in and week out. Not this week, buddy. They're playing the Sea Chickens, and the Sea Chickens of Seattle are ready to play some defense against the Rams. My bold prediction, Reese's Rams combined for less than 60 for the first time in forever. That's the quick bold prediction. We're going to go to Rico Dowd on that. It's going to do very well because he's awesome. Cheering on Hunter Henry tonight. Deebo Samuel is a fat old bag of shit. And Jacksonville is the second worst defense owned behind Dallas. They just do not score fantasy points. They have 53 on the season. They have not scored more than 5 in over a month. You guys got to do better. That's all there is to it. So who's going to win this matchup? I'm going to give this one to Tony Jr., who, interestingly enough, is power ranked by Yahoo right now in this league as the third best team for the rest of the season. Look out, guys. Tony Jr.'s coming for you. He's going to get some dubs. Now, Jared versus Jason. Jared loves tariffs versus the Great White Hype. You know, Jared, why don't you just send me Drake May? Come on, dude. Just send him over. All right. You're not going to play him. Who cares? Herbert at Jacksonville. Love it. McConkey. Love that. Roma Dunze. I mean, you know the Bears are going to eat on the Vikings. Devon Achane is going to slaughter Washington. Slaughter Washington. Slaughter. It's going to be horrible. Going to be a vicious beating. Antonio Brown's not doing shit. But what about Amon-Ra St. Brown? I think he'll do a little more than Antonio Brown this week. So, Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm going to go bold prediction. Gets in the end zone not once, but twice in a shootout with Philly. Still is the lesser Brown in the matchup between him and A.J. Brown. Now I look over to Jared Loves Tariffs, which is Jason. He's got Flying Flacco. I love it. The fantasy gods reward those who reward themselves by playing their own team's players. And Flacco is going to do it. Egbuka, he's the only show in town. He's going to dominate. Nico Collins is back. He's awesome. Trey Tucker, super easy matchup. Aaron Jones always destroys the Bears. So that's where I'm going with my bold prediction. Aaron Jones, 150 yards and a score against the Bears. He always crushes the Bears. Now, who's going to win this matchup? I am going to say, by the way, Jared playing Breece Hall against his own defense, kind of a fantasy faux pas, but I understand why you have to do it. You do have to do it because Breece Hall could take 180 yards to the house, but it's such a good matchup for New England that it might not matter even if he does. Who's going to win? Got to give the nod to Jared here. Jared's going to win. Sorry. Jason, sorry, bud. Your only chance at winning is to come talk to me about A.J. Brown. It's the only way. So there you go, guys. There's your matchup preview. I will see you next week after I obliterate Jack here. Talk to you in week 12.